Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, I'm going to react to 5 catastrophic failures caught on camera. Now, this is going to be a crazy one because, I mean, for something to be classified as a catastrophic failure, it's got to have, you know, huge negative effects. It's probably got to be something like a dam busting and, you know, millions and millions of liters of water just, you know, flooding everywhere, maybe a bridge collapsing, maybe like a landslide, just things that are just absolutely terrible and will have huge consequences. So, you know, it's going to be really crazy watching this video. It's going to be interesting though. So yeah, let's do it.
All across the world, examples of advanced modern engineering fill the skylines. As our knowledge has expanded, so has our appetite for growth,
Is that real?
paving the way for new developments and the advancement of humanity. Of course, in this
It's like a giant picture frame.
quest to build bigger and better,
my
mistakes
God.
have been made, leading to some unbelievable moments being caught on film. From a dangerous accident at a Russian steel plant, resulting in molten metal being dumped all around the factory floor, to a shocking rocket launch mishap ending in a powerful explosion back on the launch pad, here are 5 catastrophic failures that were caught on camera.
All right, let's go.
Working in a factory can be a dangerous job, especially in countries where safety standards aren't all that common. This risk is multiplied many times over in places that handle molten metal, where one small mistake could have disastrous consequences for those involved.
Yeah.
For the employees at this steel mill in rural Russia, this is something they learned the hard way.
Oh my God.
On December 29th, 2013,
Just one drop of that stuff on your skin. Ouch! Ouch!
workers at the Amur Metal plant in Komsomolsk-on-Amur captured the terrifying moment an accident put all their lives at risk. While working, a piece of machinery malfunctioned right before their
my God, it's
eyes
just
and began
gushing
to
out.
spew liquefied steel all across the factory floor.
Dude, get out of there. You guys need to leave. Oh my God. Imagine what this place is going to look like when that metal cools down. You're never going to get rid of all of that stuff, ever. Man, it's just getting everywhere. Oh my gosh. Can't they turn it like upward to stop it from like flowing out? This is so dangerous. Because that metal is probably like over 1,000 degrees Celsius. Easy over 1,000 degrees. Look at this guy just walking out there. Dude, what if it comes back? Because they've not got masks on, so that stuff could get in their eye. If that gets in your eye,
The
that's
accident ended up forcing the closure of the factory while cleanup and repair efforts could be done, and to allow a cause to be determined to avoid a similar incident in the future. The man filming the video put himself at great risk to capture the catastrophe unfolding,
He really
at
did.
times even standing directly in harm's way. Miraculously, neither he nor any other employees were injured.
Lucky, lucky, lucky.
As history has shown, constructing a rocket can be an immense and costly endeavor. Even those who have the means are sometimes hesitant to expose themselves to the enormous risk involved in financing a launch, due to situations such as this one that occurred on Wallops Island in the United States. On October 28, 2014, everything seemed to indicate that the launch of the Antares rocket would go off without a hitch. The rocket had many successful launches leading up to this one, and there were no clear signs anything was about to go wrong.
Oh, man.
Unfortunately, the engineering masterpiece broke apart in the sky only 6 seconds after launch, resulting in a violent explosion which was captured on video by a group of spectators a safe distance away.
Damn. Because you got to think, these people probably spent well over $100 million on this launch. There's probably like satellites in there that they wanted to send up to orbit. Looks Jesus. Because that thing barely got off the ground. Look at that. So all that fuel is still in there. Did you see the delay in the sound after the explosion? That was crazy. Damn. All that time, money, effort wasted.
According to NASA, the spacecraft was supposed to carry 2,200 kilos of supplies to the 6 astronauts aboard the International Space Station. Sadly, the rocket never reached its destination. After a lengthy investigation, the cause of the failure was determined to be from an explosion in the liquid oxygen turbopump in one of the 2 AJ-26 engines. Because of this, the rocket lost thrust almost immediately and crashed back into the launch pad. The cost associated with this disaster is estimated at over $200 million.
Ooh. Ooh. That's a big haircut.
But thankfully, nobody was injured.
200 mil.
In the world's quest to develop different sources of renewable energy, wind turbines were born. To put it in simple terms, they work in the opposite way to fans. Instead of using electricity to make wind, they use the wind to produce energy. They can be seen just about everywhere on Earth, but even the most advanced turbines are capable of great catastrophe, as was the case in North Ayrshire, Scotland, just over a decade ago. On December 8, 2011, a man captured the astonishing scene of a wind turbine bursting into flames, spewing an immense amount of smoke into the air and sending burning debris crashing down to Earth.
God, I hope nobody was underneath that thing. Gosh. If anybody is close to that thing, run. It's just melting, isn't it?
The failure in this video is believed to have been the result of hurricane-force winds that struck the area around the same time. But the true reason behind the fire is unknown, since it had been reported that the turbine was not in use at the time. Fire crews were quick to arrive, and after a bit of work, were able to safely put out the blaze.
Maybe something flew, like a bird maybe flew into the rear, like this part here. But I don't know, like these things are huge. Maybe a bird wouldn't really disturb it. I don't know, something must have happened. Maybe the engine overheated.
This, however, was not the last time a failure like this occurred. Back in 2017, a wind turbine in the country of Italy suffered a failure of its own, but on a much more extreme scale, and locals captured the stunning moment as it unfolded.
That thing is going crazy. Look how quickly it's spinning. Oh my god. It doesn't look very sturdy. Oh my god. I don't know, man. The build quality of that one didn't look very good. Did you see how much it was flexing and stuff? Looked kind of flimsy.
Much like the other failure, the cause of this one also isn't exactly known. Clearly, something inside the turbine malfunctioned and allowed it to spin at uncontrollable speeds. After a while, the mechanical components could simply no longer handle the force, and the entire thing blew apart. At the end of the day, at least nobody was injured in either of these events.
That's true. That's true. Still, that must have been expensive to repair.
Suspension bridges are some of the most stunning feats of modern engineering. These bridges not only play an important role in modern infrastructure, but are quite incredible to look at.
God, look at this guy just casually sitting on that. Balls of steel.
Back in the 1930s, construction of a new bridge commenced in the state of Washington, and in July of 1940 was officially completed. This bridge was named the Tacoma Narrows, and from the jump, it was plagued with major issues. On November 7th, 1940, around 11 a.m., the Tacoma Narrows Bridge suffered a catastrophic failure due to vibrations caused by the wind.
Oh my
barely
God.
4 months after it opened.
What's this thing made out of? Jelly? Like, it shouldn't be moving like this.
Video footage shot that day shows the bridge twist and bend in such dramatic fashion it almost doesn't look real.
It doesn't look
Eventually,
real.
the bridge could no longer withstand the force of this movement, and it all came crashing down.
Whoever designed that bridge, put him in jail. I mean, what the heck? Look at the way it's flexing. It looks like it's made out of paper. Oh my God, look at that. If you were driving across that thing, you're done. Oh my God, it's so weak.
The cause of the failure can be blamed on a number of factors, from its design, which didn't allow optimal airflow, to its flexibility, which allowed it to bend and twist.
Way too much.
Ultimately, it all came down to a phenomenon known as aeroelastic flutter. In short, this flutter eventually caused far too much stress on the cables, and the bridge failed. After the Tacoma Narrows Bridge collapsed, a second bridge was completed in 1950 at the same site. Fortunately, this second construction was a greater success, leading to the...
It looks thicker at the base as well. A lot more cables going across it too. Looks just more sturdy in general.
Construction of a third bridge in 2007. The failure of the bridge ended up teaching engineers a lot and has become a case study in bridge design in schools all across the world.
Gosh, that bridge just looked so weak from the jump.
As one of the most beautiful countries in all of Latin America, Brazil is full of great tourist attractions and places to visit. Of course, not even the most incredible countries are exempt from being victims of a catastrophic failure that puts human lives at risk, as happened in this apartment block in Vila Velha, Espírito Santo. On April 22, 2021, a 75-foot-long swimming pool located in a large beachfront building suddenly collapsed into the parking lot beneath it. The shocking security camera video shows the exact moment of the failure, further proving there was no warning a disaster was imminent. According to reports, no one was injured, although 270 residents had to be evacuated from the 90 units that were being occupied at the time.
Oh my God. Just boom. That is nuts. Imagine you're standing underneath that. Ping! Oh, the cars. There's cars on the left. Oh my God, your engine, dude. You better get out of there.
What makes this collapse so terrifying is that it came with such little warning. Had it occurred when people were using the pool, there is a real chance that people could have lost their lives or been seriously injured. Even more shocking is that the complex was brand new at the time, with construction being completed in 2018.
It was brand new. Who built it? Bob the Builder? Like, dude.
The video quickly went viral online, with some pointing out the pool's lack of rebar in the concrete, a common method used in construction to provide strength and reinforcement. At the end of the day, at least nobody was injured in this shocking event. To err is human. However, some errors can be much more dangerous than others, especially when other people's lives are at risk.
For sure.
Although none of these accidents claim to life, that isn't always the case. Hopefully, as engineering standards increase across the world, accidents like these will become fewer and farther between. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, be sure...
That video was wild, honestly. Where to begin? Just imagine you were just in that pool. Been a long day at work. You want to go for a swim. You've been looking forward to it all day. You know, you're just you're doing your third lap, and then bang! You just feel the floor of the pool fall out from under you, and you know you're hurtling through the ground, through the air, and then slam onto concrete. Just unimaginable, just crazy, especially considering it was a brand new building. How do you not design that properly? How do you not put enough support in there? Like, I'm not an engineer, but like, first of all, like, if you're gonna put a pool above ground, you got to make sure that thing has got so much support, so many different levels of support. Crazy stuff. And the wind turbines as well, just because those things are huge. Like, if you're driving along and, you know, shrapnel starts flying everywhere, a piece of that could easily just bust through your windscreen. Crazy stuff, man. Really, really shocking. Like, hopefully, you know, myself, none of you guys watching this, any of this stuff ever happens anywhere near you. The bridge one too, with the flexing, just insane. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.